The dude abides. Today I'm going to talk about three different quotes from the Big Lebowski, from the dude himself, his dudeness, some dudisms, in which any person can apply to their lives when they find themselves or they find that their inner troll or their inner goblin is about to take them over. Where you find your emotions are about to take you over and you can find yourself exploding. So I'm going to start with the very first one. Now, the very first one, the dude abides. What does that mean? Essentially, what it means is just going with the flow. You can't control circumstances and people and situations 100% of the time. In fact, it's very rare you can control anything. So when you find yourself in a scenario that is out of your control, is there a reason for you to get upset about it or get angry about it or start cussing people out about it? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? So when you say the dude abides, what you're saying is you accept whatever's happening. You accept where you're going. You accept your fate. Just like the Stoics. They said basically the same thing. Amor fati. Love thy fate or love one's fate. It's just to accept whatever's happening. And there's no reason for you to spend any energy emotionally getting upset because of it. Essentially, so what? Whatever happens, it doesn't really matter in the long run. So if you can't control what's happening to you, what you can control is how you react to a scenario. So by saying to yourself, the dude abides, you're just accepting whatever happens and you're moving forward. What the dude's doing is he's choosing his attitude on how he's going to move through a circumstance, just like anybody can do out there. And quite frankly, brings me to the number two piece. If you don't like what I'm saying, well, that's just like your opinion, man. Right? Dudism too. Like, man, well, that's like just like your opinion, man. Think about that dudism. That's a quote from the dude. The dude, basically when you find yourself getting in a conversation with somebody and maybe it gets a little heated and you start to argue a little bit, rather than match somebody's negative energy and negative vibes, you just let them say what they're going to say and just let them know, hey man, you're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to think for yourself. And there's really no purpose for you to take it to another level. You know, just having a conversation and letting somebody disagree with you and moving on in your life, there's nothing wrong with that. It's freeing, quite frankly. So rather than get upset with somebody, let them have their opinion. And at the end of the day, it makes no difference whether or not they agree or disagree with you. The art of conversation doesn't mean everybody's going to agree with you. So don't waste your energy on arguments. Accept the fact that, well, that's just your opinion, man. Right? Who cares? Oh, you make sense? Right? And then number three, careful, man. There's a beverage here. Right? You know the Big Lebowski, man. He loves his White Russians. What the Big Lebowski's talking about there is embracing the little things in life, the small things. Really enjoying having a nice drink, having a cold beer, having a cold drink, not taking things too seriously and enjoying the little things that happen along the way. Life is little things. And if you can't enjoy the little things along the way, like a White Russian or like a good coffee or a nice piss or a good crap, if you can't enjoy those things along the way, your life isn't going to be worth living. It's going to be hellacious. So enjoy the little things. Enjoy the small things. Just like Lebowski. Lebowski. I do love Charles Lebowski. I do love Charles Bukowski. He's a little harsher than Lebowski, but they do have some common threads in what they talk about. But ultimately, that's it. So when you find that little gremlin in you trying to take you over, trying to get you into a bad mood, remember, what would the dude do? Think about these three dudisms and see if it can help you keep your cool, and moving through life, accepting your fate just as it is, and enjoying yourself while you can. I'm Matt Ross. I'm the Lone Wolf.